Hey guys, I'm Tutorial Phil. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a quick video for you on the fall-winter launch of Louis Vuitton men's. This is for the 2019 season. And I think the pop-up just started on Friday, July 12th. So I just wanted to take you through some of my selected looks that are commercialized and are available for purchase. So I'm going to go through a few ready-to-wear items and then I'll go through a few accessories, or pretty much the bags. So this first look, I wanted to focus on the shirt. It has the sash with the patches, which was a theme carried throughout the show. There were a few looks with it. This one was the one I wanted just to highlight. So the shirt is called the PLASTRON shirt with sash and patches. And it's pretty expensive. It's $3,350. So it's a gray shirt. I believe the patches are removable along with the sash. Pretty sure the sash is definitely removable, and it has like a military vibe to the front panel, which you possibly could remove as well. So it's cashmere and cotton. So this is like a artisan tools, and then they have one also around the Louis Vuitton symbols as well. This is a next look with a very similar fabric. It's a gray puffer jacket. It is oversized and it has the monogram design that seems like it's stamped on there or sewn onto it. So the monogram boyhood puffer jacket, as you can see, it's like an oversized fit, but it's not overly long. Depending on how tall you are, it's kind of more of a cropped fit. So this is the same material. It is 70% cashmere and 30% cotton. And this is $9,200, again, pretty expensive. And it's not even leather. This one I couldn't pull off. You pretty much need to be really tall for this. It's a denim trench, but it's in a faded gray color. It has some of these bandana like or triangular scarf details on it as well, and it has the flag designs on it. It is kind of cool that you can wrap like the lower part of your face with that scarf or bandana for a different look. And this one is $5,200. And this is 100% cotton. And so far everything's kind of a loose fit, which is, I would say, on brand with the fashion show and Virgil's aesthetic. This one is the one I wanted to highlight, is the monogram shearling coat. And it's really cool how the monogram is designed in it. It looks like it's slightly inset into the shearling, and it's in a darker color or a different treatment, so it's pretty subtle. But there's definitely sticker shock with this one. It's $18,600. And again, it's this loose fit. It doesn't come with the hood, that's the hoodie inside of it. It's just collared like a long coat would be. So this one, what's most interesting to me is the sleeveless puffer. And this one actually features the shearling design as well, but this is a sweater instead of a coat. So this is a leather puffer in that same treatment as the gray jacket you saw earlier. This one is $7,350. So again, another oversized fit. And this one, compared to the shearling coat, the price isn't as bad, just because it is leather. But to pull it off, it might be difficult depending on what kind of fit you like, because you can see even on this model, it's a bit overwhelming. This is actually probably the item that I'm most interested in. It's the double layer jacket, but it's pretty subtle. There isn't any monogram on it, or even metal buttons or patches or embroidery, so it's pretty minimal. But I thought the design is interesting in how the two pieces can work together, and I would assume you can wear it like this, just with the coat on the outside or with the coat on the inside. And then there's also a new one of these cutaway vests that's now just being called a mid-layer. So on the double layer jacket first, it is $4,400, and it's in like a very dark charcoal color. It looks like you can't close the top jacket, so it remains open, and then the bottom one might have some hidden closures. And so it's a completely wool, it's completely made from wool, and as I said, it's designed to be worn open and can be combined. It can be combined or worn separately. So this is probably my favorite item and would be one I would be interested in trying. This was another piece from that same look, and this one is more expensive than the white leather one that I have, and this one is leather too, but there's a metallic treatment on it. But it looks like it's the exact same design with the zipper compartment and the straps. The leather might be different because I don't think the one I have is lambskin, and this one, according to the product sheet, is lambskin. But what's interesting here is in the back, I don't think they updated the design, so I felt like they probably used double stick tape so that these straps stay tucked, because normally they would just flap down. And if you look at this product picture, you can see over here the flap or the strap is not secured to the back, so it does hang down, which leads me to believe that they used some sort of double stick tape just for this photo. So if you want it to look like this, you're gonna have to modify it as well. Every time you wear it, you may need double-sided tape. Plus you wanna make sure that tape doesn't actually damage the surface treatment of it. And this is $25.30. This one is a full pajama look. It's a silk look. So in terms of the shirt, I do really like the print. It reminds me a lot of Hermes though. It's not immediately something I would think Louis Vuitton does because of the way it's illustrated. It looks kind of like watercolor, which I feel like Hermes does much more than Louis Vuitton. And it's not just a simple pajama top. There's like another one of these sort of bandana flaps that you can use as a hood, but it doesn't look like a traditional hood. So you can wrap it a few different ways. And looks like there's two slits in the back seams, which is actually see-through, which does provide some interest, but it is see-through. So in the wind, it kind of helps with movement. This is pretty expensive just for a shirt, but it is silk and it's $33.50. This is probably the key look from the fashion show. This is the monogram ADMIRAL jacket. And this is $6,550. These straps are removable and it's in that legacy treatment. So it's pre-darkened vachetta or vachetta leather. And I believe there are 3 bags attached to it, 4 bags attached. 3 in the front and then 1 in the back. And the one in the back is a pochette. And there's even like a card case looking design in the front as well. It looks like it's in both sides. So, I mean, this goes along with his fall or his spring summer show where he had the vest that had bags sewn onto it. This just takes it to the next level where it's a jacket and it's using the monogram canvas. I don't think I could really pull this off, but it is a really cool piece. I think it's a signature piece of the Fall Winter 2019 collection. And there was a few looks with this design. It's called the New Walkers design. And I like the balance of the colors and the spacing. It doesn't really read Louis Vuitton to me, but I do enjoy the graphic. So this isn't too bad at $655. And then onto the bags. This is the belt pouch and it comes in 3 sizes, but they're surprisingly all the same price. The sizing isn't super different. I think there's only about an inch or inch and a half difference in terms of the length between all 3 sizes. But the depth pretty much remains the same. So it opens up like a pouch. It is gusseted, so there is depth to it. It's not a flat pouch, but it's not a shoulder bag because in the back is where the belt would go through it. So of course it is removable, which is great because you can use it as a clutch or you can use it as a belt bag, and you can possibly use it as a cross shoulder, cross body belt bag, so it'll be close to your body. But from what I've seen, the adjustable belt, that's probably gonna determine what size you get. So with the GM, which is the largest one, it comes with a 105 centimeter, which is about a 41-inch belt. So if you wanted to do cross body, you're probably gonna need the GM or the MM size. This is a piece I could consider getting, but it is a lot of monogram and I usually don't wear a lot of the traditional or the classic brown monogram. But I do like the treatment of the metal. It's like an aged metal, and I do like the S-Lock design. It's a very classic, very signature design of Louis Vuitton. And I do like this aged leather color. It's like a rich caramel. I definitely prefer it over the original or untreated Vachetta leather. So this was the MM size, and you can see the belt is also smaller. It's 95 centimeters. But according to the specs here, it looks like the pouch size is also different. So that's why I'm kind of surprised they're all the same price, unless there's some mismatch where the dimensions of this somehow includes like the flat dimensions of the belt, so that the pouch is actually the same size. But pretty sure it should mean that the pouch is slightly different in size too, but it's not dramatically different. So actually you can see here when I switched it, this is the small one. The metal hardware was the same exact size, but the length got a little bit smaller. So based on comparing those, they are definitely different sizes, but not dramatically different. But this smallest one it has an 85 centimeter belt. And this is normally the belt size I would use. So if I wanted to wear this as a belt bag, which I'm not sure I would really do that. I would probably wear it crossbody. But if I did wear it as a belt, then I would probably get this one. And I guess you can actually use the belt separately too, which is kind of nice. So you're getting a 2-for-1 in here, or even a 3-for-3 if you can use it as a crossbody bag. So this is one of the accessories that you can use, by itself, or use this class for the belt that they have with the collection, where it comes with the D-rings so you can hang these off of. This is a phone case. It's pretty narrow, so if you're gonna put your phone in there, that's pretty much all you're gonna fit. But you could potentially use this as like a small wallet bag for your card holder, maybe some change, some keys, but I don't think the key fobs, like your car key fobs, might all fit in here. And this is the other piece that goes along with it. This is the round case, and surprisingly, this is a little bit more expensive. This is $815, and the other one I think was in the $700. And this one has a gusseted open when you unzip it. And something I've noticed is that even the small leather goods has the runway stamp on it. I have been a collector of the runway stamps, so it's nice that all the pieces have it, because I always want to collect at least one piece from each runway that has a stamp. So this would make it easier for me, because at this point I kind of have all the bags I could ever use. This one comes in 2 sizes, but I'm just showing one here. And it does come with a shoulder strap, which is attached in the back. Or it's actually, I thought it was attached in the back, but I think it actually attached on the side. But according to this one, actually this one, the smaller one, I believe this is a smaller one. Maybe it's just a hand strap, and the larger one you can use as a crossbody or shoulder bag. This one is $14.10. It's in the monogram legacy treatment as well. And I do like that there are these horizontal leather details, which is evocative of the trunks that have these wooden or leather stripes on it, which is meant to protect it when you stack it and when you move it, so that it doesn't scratch the canvas. So this one is $14.10, but I feel like it's a little too narrow for my use, so I don't particularly like the flat and large rectangular silhouette for myself. This is one of the probably least expensive things you can get if you want to collect the Rainbow Taiga collection. And the rainbow is pretty electric against the Taiga leather, and the Taiga leather is nice and soft. So this is pretty polarizing with the rainbow, so you're pretty much either gonna like it or you're not gonna like it. And this is $445, which is pretty much on par with their leather pocket organizers. I kind of like the mini soft trunk over the regular soft trunk, because even though I'm not a big fan of the chains, this one, it just seems cooler with these metal corners, this metal chain with the metal or the chain strap, I think is a cooler look. But since I already have a heart-sided version of this, and I might be having more on the way, I don't think I'll be getting these soft trunks. Basically, the thing that annoys me the most about the soft trunk is that when you open it, it's not that easy to open, and the leather keeps bending on itself, and I'd rather it be rigid and maintain its boxy shape. And this is $4,000, which is quite expensive for a bag, but it does have a lot of metal details. This one, I do really like the design of it. It's like an updated version of an older backpack design that has these 3 pouches, which is probably why it's called the Backpack Trio. It's $3,400, which is not too bad, but that's because it's mostly in monogram canvas. And you have the monogram legacy treatment as well with the caramel color leather. And I do like that aged brass tone, but I feel like if they had a piece that had more of the caramel color and less of the monogram canvas, I would like that better. So this is one of the soft trunks. It's the same shape and size, but it has that aged brass look. And this is actually less than the mini soft trunk because it is primarily canvas, but this one's actually bigger. But also the corners are leather instead of metal, which is why I prefer the mini soft trunk over this one. So you can see here, the way they're opening it, you see how it can bend a lot, and I just don't really like that. And I feel like in order to get things in out, you have to keep bending it like this. So that's why I would just prefer the hard-sided ones with a way you can open it where you can't, well, of course you can't bend the hard-sided, so they have to design it in a way you can open it to get large items out of it. So this is the backpack, and it comes in 2 sizes, PM and an MM. So it looks like a trunk, but again, this is a soft-sided piece. I mean, as the name implies. It's pretty expensive at $4,900 for being primarily canvas. It's a pretty cool design, but I'm not a huge backpack person. So this is the other soft trunk, but this is in the rainbow taiga. Again, it's a polarizing design with the rainbow color. This is their slim DANUBE messenger. And again, it's in the rainbow taiga. And it has the metal chain as well. I feel like for me, probably 1 DANUBE is enough. But it is $24.40. This is the steamer, which was at the showroom as well, and I do like this, but I already ordered a piece with the rainbow for hard-sided, so I think that's probably all I'm gonna get with the rainbow taiga collection. And this is for $4,700, and this is the PM size, which I think it would be a tough fit for a MacBook 13-inch, and for bags like these, I pretty much need it to fit my laptop, otherwise I would never use it, because I wouldn't use this as a daily bag. It's a bit too big. This was another slim DANUBE messenger. This one was at the showroom as well, and these are like from their key holders, the clay, but they added the Louis Vuitton charms to it, and it does move. So all of these are free moving, and they jingle when you're moving it as well. It's a cool design if you're into it. I feel like it's a little bit too slim for my uses as a day-to-day bag. So this was an item that I think a lot of people really liked because of the new transparent lace effect. And a lot of people were worried that the lace is too fragile and any sharp object can immediately pierce it, which it could on the outside, but it's actually backed in the inside. From what I remember seeing, it has a clear vinyl or plastic interface so that it gives it a lot more structure, because if this was really just a thin lace, this bag would probably collapse in on itself. But it is see-through, so basically when you pack this, you also kind of have to see how that affects the aesthetic of this bag. But I will say I think this is too expensive because there's barely any leather, barely any metal, and lace isn't exactly an expensive material, but I think the price has to do with the time it takes to embroider all of the monogram on it rather than the material cost. So I think the price for me is a barrier, and I would rather get other bags for this price at $47.50. So this, I believe it was at the showroom too. It is a huge bag. It's in that same puffer effect with the Louis Vuitton monogram stamped on it. I guess it'd be a cool travel bag, but yeah, this would just be too big for me, and it's pretty pricey at $1,430 or $14,300. So this is also the see-through in the KEEPALL. I think this is another piece that people are excited about. It's in the same exact material, and I believe it's backed as well with like a vinyl material. This was a new silhouette but based on a traditional design, is the soft hat trunk. It may come in a different flavor, and I know there was an exotic for this one as well. But this is just way too big for everyday use. So this is really more of a travel bag. But it would be a really nice change to the KEEPALLs. If this can store your items for a weekend trip, I think this would be a pretty cool bag. It's kind of pricey at $4,900 though, but it is a pretty big bag. However, it is mostly in the monogram canvas. So that was it. It kind of actually took me longer than I thought to get through all the items I wanted to highlight. So I'd be interested to know if you were planning on getting anything. I didn't cover all of the items, of course. I didn't cover the shoes or the sunglasses or even some of the small jewelries. And even I didn't cover all the ready-to-wear or bags. You may have noticed I didn't go into details of any of these flag looks, but because it just wasn't for me. It's a bit too colorful and it doesn't read as luxury to me. I know it has a lot of meaning in it, but I don't think it would be something I would get from Louis Vuitton. The mink one or this fur one looks better because it's monochrome, but I personally wouldn't wear fur, so it's just not for me. So that's not something I would get or be interested in. I so far have already one item ordered, but it's a hard-sided piece, which means it's not going to get here until 2020, probably at the earliest. It'll be a year wait time because I did order it from the showroom. And then I'll kind of see if I may pick up some smaller items from this depending on when I get to Paris, so I can collect a couple of hard-sided pieces that I ordered from spring-summer 2019, which hopefully should be coming soon, and I can reveal it this fall along with any items that I might get from this ready-to-wear or accessories collection. So thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Check out my Instagram page for the latest updates and exclusive content, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks again for watching.